Monroe County Board of Elections has started to count some 35,000 absentee ballots cast in last week's primary elections. So many people voted absentee this year, their ballots stand to determine all the winners in every race. Some of the big races include the Democratic primary for New York's 137th Assembly District, the one formerly held by Mr. Gant. Demond Meeks is ahead. In race for the 138th Assembly, Harry Bronson is ahead. Kayla Green was there today as the ballot counting process began. And Kayla, there's a lot of work to do here. What did you learn?
Well, Maureen, right inside those doors right there, a team of about 40 people are working hard, quickly and carefully counting absentee ballots. As I said, they are working hard in there, and the election commissioners are also inside watching over the process. Some candidates were also here earlier, walking around and just observing the whole process. Election workers are just getting started with counting absentee ballots.
Right now we're still on the primary, and we're going to take our time to make sure that every ballot that's for this primary election is counted prior to opening up the other two elections. We're seeing today, literally just for one election, I think about 35,000 ballots for absentee, which is about where we were for early voting and election day.
Democratic Election Commissioner LaShawna Booth says when questions come up about a ballot, it's up to her and Republican Commissioner Lisa Nicolay to make a ruling on whether to count the ballot or not.
We have made rulings on ballots that will not count, but they're for reasons that are designated in election law. So those reasons would be that a ballot wasn't received timely, a ballot was not signed by the voter, things of that nature.
Some candidates were here today observing the process. Nicolay says the Board of Elections welcomes this.
They're not touching ballots, obviously, because they're just here to watch, but they have been, most of them have been here all day, all morning so far, and they're asking questions.
Jamie Romeo is a candidate for Monroe County Clerk and was here today along with candidate Demond Meeks.
The thing that we're looking for is if a ballot is not going to be counted and if we're going to disenfranchise that voter, why? And unfortunately, there are some requirements that I think what we're learning is that we need to do a lot of voter education just about the process for mail-in voting. Mail-in voting works. It's just that you need to do more of that education on sign the back of that envelope, make sure it's time-stamped timely.
There was some controversy last week regarding a Board of Elections employee who is also the treasurer on Ernest Flagley's campaign. Treasurer Carla Williams was supposed to count absentee ballots here, and the commissioners tell me that that's not against election law, but they still did decide to remove her from the absentee ballot counting process. They say she's still an employee of the BOE, a great employee, but they just wanted to remove her from this process to avoid any controversy. Live in Brighton, Kayla Green, News 8.
All right, thank you, Kayla.